Nylon is a swear word in our factory. So my name is Andrea Courtney, and I run this company together with my husband. He is actually the one who started this all 12 years ago. So he read the Country Life magazine one day, and in the Country Life magazine there was an article where they were looking for an investor to rescue the last button-turning machines that James Grove still had to offer. So James Grove was the last big button manufacturer in this country, and they closed their doors in 2012 after 154 years of trading. So David said, "That's me. I would like to do this." We knew that the fashion industry was in trouble, and there was just too much waste and too much plastic used. So we always knew if we were going to produce buttons, it has to be natural and biodegradable. So we thought rather than just selling a plastic button for a pence each, that was never going to be us, because we've got such a small setup. It had to be something a bit more artisanal.
We use three main types of material. One is the tagua nut from Ecuador. The Crozo was originally used, the tagua nut was originally used as a ship's ballast, which came from Ecuador into Europe. I believe it was the Germans who turned the first button out of the blank. And from Crozo we moved to casein, which is a blank made from milk protein, so what we call the milk button. Fell out of fashion because of the fact that a plastic button looks very similar, but invariably this is a biodegradable product, a natural product, and sustainable. And then we move to real buffalo horn. This has been used for centuries in button making, very strong because of the fibrous nature of the button, and is very, very popular obviously in the high-end markets.
I know that there are still a couple of button dyers around in England, but we need to have more skilled button turners. Apart from Steve, there might be one other man currently in the know how to produce buttons, and that is just far too little.
Originally I came to Courtneys & Co as a consultant to help them with their stock control software. The company then bought the turning machines. They said that they needed a button maker. I spent all my time handling other people's products. The opportunity to help make a product ourselves was just too fascinating and too interesting, so I decided to stay on. I've actually had the opportunity to meet people whilst I've been here who were in the button making trade in the past, who have now obviously moved on or retired, and it is a heritage industry. So the opportunity to make sure that that continues, and maybe pass it on to the next generation, is enjoyable and fascinating. The greatest pride is in the finished product and making sure that what we produce is the best that it could possibly be. Nobody wants to make a product that is almost okay or good enough for the market. You have to take a personal pride in that product.
Because we're so small, everybody counts. They're all very knowledgeable at what they're doing, and I couldn't do it without them. The passion behind everyone. And I think people notice. I think you ooze that passion if you really know you've got a fantastic team behind you and everyone gives their best. It makes it all worthwhile. We know we love what we produce.